What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we've got some huge news going around right now about Call of Duty Black Ops 7, and it looks like players may actually get to play the game early. Yeah, you heard right, early access for Build 7 might actually be happening. I'm gonna break down everything that's been leaked, what looks real, what might just be rumours, and how it could affect launch day for everyone. And I am going to be giving my thoughts on it if I think early access could potentially happen with Build 7. And anyway, enough said, let's get into it. Alright, before we jump into the leaks, let's quickly go over what's officially confirmed so far. For those that don't know, Build 7 is set to full release on November 14th, 2025, and it's been developed by Treyarch, and Raven Software is helping them develop it. We already know the game's bringing a full campaign, multiplayer, and of course zombies. And the Build 7 beta gives us a little taste of what's to come with no SBMM, stuff like that, with that gritty Cold War style gameplay and style maps, and the free win maps that Treyarch is known for. And some of the best gunplay Treyarch's had in years. So that's all locked in, but here's where things get interesting, and you need to really listen to this. For those that didn't know, a few days ago, a prison network database leak started spreading around online, and they basically revealed that Build 7 might be getting early access for certain game modes, similar to how Modern Warfare 3 handled its campaign in the year 2023. According to multiple reports, including Forbes and Notebook Check, the data shows that the campaign and zombies modes could unlock up to 4 days early access, which is 72 hours before the game comes out, around November 10th, 11th. That means if you pre-order the game, especially the Raw edition, you could start playing the campaign and zombies and potentially multiplayer before the full game even hits. So you may get experience to the full game before all of that comes out. On top of that, the pre-roll date supposedly starts about November 9th, November 7th, giving players time to download everything before early access kicks in, which I really think is very useful, especially when the Battlefield competition kicks in even more. None of this information came from PlayStation backend, which has leaked accurate info before. Take this with a grain of salt, by the way, I just thought I'd put that out there. So there's a decent chance this could be legit, a very potential chance, especially because the leaks keep kicking in. If this does turn out to be real, it could be a pretty big deal for the community. Firstly, if it gives players more time to explore the story and zombies before multiplayer goes live. If multiplayer doesn't go live 72 hours early like the rest of it, I think most likely the logical explanation is campaign's gonna go early access, and then like a week or 72 hours later multiplayer and zombies. But it wouldn't really make sense because you can actually live up on everything this year. So that will mean less server stress on launch day and more hype building up to release, and they could probably put in player feedback before the game actually goes live, which could be beneficial. It also makes sense from Activision point of view. It's a way to reward people who pre-order the Raw edition or buy early while keeping the launch window packed with content. Imagine being able to grind zombies and camping for a few days before hopping into multiplayer at launch. I loved them releasing camping early, and I think it would be a very big deal if they release zombies early, since they've never done that before, but we've seen them do that with the beta. That would be massive, and honestly, if they want anything from Modern Warfare's early campaign access, they probably fine-tune it and make it smoother this time around, and don't listen to the player feedback. If the campaign's crap, do it next year. I think this is necessary, and I want them to actually bring it out. So if you pre-order the Raw edition, for example, you get early access to any point of the game, and campaign's the most logical. But I could be wrong again, since this is only leaks. Take all of this with a grain of salt. Now let's keep in mind, none of this is 100% confirmed by Activision or Treyarch. There's a chance that this early access listing could have been a placeholder or even an internal test date that actually got made public, and plus it could have been a mistake on PlayStation's end, and it could get fixed when everyone's back to work after the weekend. But since multiple reliable sources and news sites have reported on it, it's definitely something worth paying attention to. So keep your eyes open to every leak that comes out, since it could be something big that by the time this video goes out, this could be confirmed. and I will be covering all of it. Also, they haven't been any mentions of early multiplayer access, so because they keep mentioning and keep implementing that multiplayer will release November 14th. They keep mentioning it in the dev talks they bring out, so this seems focused only on the campaign and zombies, at least for now. I still do not think campaign will release early. I don't think any of it, because it will happen with Modern Warfare 33 last year. I think the most logical answer is campaign release early, zombies won't. But yeah, again, I could be wrong since all of this is leaked. This is just what I think. Still, it's cool to see that Treyarch might be giving us a chance to jump in a few days early, especially what happened with Modern Warfare 33 and why they cancelled it out for Beer 6. Hopefully, this boosts up pre-order numbers, especially if they give you early access for pre-order and Vault Edition. Anyway, overall, personally, I do really want to think this makes a lot of sense, because I do really think it does, especially what's happening this year with Beer 7 and the pre-orders being down. It gives players more time to enjoy the single player and zombie side of things without feeling lost and trying to hurry up with campaign just to get onto the multiplayer and zombies where the levels really matter. Even though they're doing campaign levels, I really want to see how that works, because in my head it doesn't really work the way I will think it will, and it builds more excitement and hype heading into launch week, as the hype and excitement for BO7 has really been down in the dumps lately. And let's be real, BO7's zombies mode looks absolutely loud already, especially with them adding cuss mode, who's like OG zombies. So if we get to play early, I'm all for them releasing anything early, even if it's campaign, zombies or multiplayer. I'm all for just to test out first and head straight into multiplayer on launch. If this week is true, I'll definitely be covering more on the channel, maybe even doing early guides or reviews once it drops. So if you want to stay updated on everything BO7 and COD related, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out, since I am really hyped for BO7 and I'm planning to test the new things, even guides, even melee weapons, stuff like that. Go wild with the BO7 launch, especially if BO7's doing all the right stuff through the end of its life cycle. But that's everything we know so far about the BO7 early access weeks. What do you think? Would you play the campaign of zombies early if you could, or would you wait for the full release? Let me know down in the comments. I'm really curious what you all think about this. Just let me know if you think there's any chance of BO7 releasing early, even if it's multiplayer, campaign or zombies. Let me know what you really think. Just a disclaimer before I end the video, remember to take all this with a grain of salt. Do not believe this until it's confirmed by Treyarch or Activision, since these could easily just be a mistake on COD's or PlayStation's end. It might not even be meaning to turn into anything. It could have been put there on purpose, intentionally, if they're like testing out of that. I really do think they could shadow drop multiplayer, but if anything gets dropped this week, then this is the week to do it. So remember, keep your eyes out this week, since pre-downloads are scheduled to be the end of this week. So just keep an eye out to see if COD announces anything from now to when the pre-downloads are meant to start. Anyway, thanks for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed this one, and just let me know if you want to see more videos of me showing gameplay of COD and talk about new leaks, new information. I know I can't show you proof, but just take my word for it, as I've got information off of content creators and leakers. But obviously take this with a grain of salt, and I see you all in the next one.